So today we will be discussing about studying abroad with student loans or scholarship. So we want to talk about it. I don't know if you want to join um, on the discussion. I'll send you a request so you can accept it and ask the questions you have. So we can discuss studying in different countries, either Canada or Australia or the US, um, even in Europe, all the European countries, um, Belgium, Italy, Spain, and also the cheaper countries as well. Cheaper countries like Malta, Italy, Luxembourg, Iceland. These are locations where you can get free free education, like so much scholarship available in all those small European countries. Countries like Iceland, Luxembourg, Czech Republic, um, also Lithuania as well. But let me just give a general overview of what we have to offer. Um, we support students that wants to study abroad in any country of the world, especially in UK, Canada, Australia, USA, European countries like Italy, Spain, Malta, Luxembourg, Finland, so many of them, even in China as well. So we have so many schools that offers scholarship. We have so many schools also that offers tuition discount. Scholarships could be fully funded, it could be partial funding. We also have schools that offer so much discounts up to £5,000, $10,000, and so on. Then recently we partnered with some companies in the US and Canada that offer student loans. So these loans are such that the companies will pay your tuition fee for you, especially in US and Canada, and also some selected schools in the UK. So these companies, when you come to us with all your documents complete, will help you to apply and get admission in any university of your choice in any of these countries that are supported by the banks. Then when you get the offer, we'll also support you to apply for a loan if you want to use the student loan. So this loan is such that if it is approved by the bank, they are going to offer you full payment of your tuition fees and also your living expenses. So in most cases, you, the candidate that has received the loan, you'll be the one to pay for any application fees if the school has an application fees, any visa application expenses, your flight ticket as well. You are going to cover them yourself, but the loan will cover your tuition and your living expenses. So how it works again is, after you've gotten the loan company will give you a letter which you present during your visa application as your sponsor. So you now use that letter to apply for a visa. So when you get your visa and arrive in the country, either Canada or US or UK, the bank will now pay the money directly to the school. Then the loan will be spread over some period of time within 10 to 12 years, and you pay it monthly. So we have so many other ways we are supporting students to come abroad to study. Okay, this person says, do we have a loan to Finland? Um, Let me tell you a little bit about Finland. Someone is asking about Finland, scholarship or loan to Finland. We have so many schools in Finland that support students for undergraduate and graduate courses. That's undergraduate and master's programs. So most master's program in Finland are taught in English. Most of the master's program, but undergraduate program, most of them are taught in Finnish. So if you want to go for an undergraduate program in Finland, it means you first of all do a 1 year Finnish course to learn their language. So after the learning their language and so you are certified, you can now start your program. So most of their undergraduate program are for free. All right. Um, but the bottleneck is that you have to know how to speak Finnish. So if not, you need to first of all go to a language school to learn the Finnish language first. When you've learned the Finnish language, then you can now start your studies. Some people learn it in 1 year. Some learn the Finnish language in 2 years, depending on as you are learning the language, you'll be taking tests like an English, a language test to ascertain your competence with the language. So when you are competent enough and you're certified, then you can now start the undergraduate program, but it's mostly free. This is Finland. Then the postgraduate program or the master's program are mostly taught in English. They also have Finnish courses, but they have a lot of English taught courses for master's program. Then Finland as well are very generous with scholarship. They give a lot of scholarship depending on your performance on your undergraduate transcript. Let's assume you have a first class and you have good work experience and you have your English test is also good. Then you can get 100% scholarship to study in Finland. Um, if you have two one as well, but you have a good English language test and maybe you have a good work experience, you can also get 100%. So they give scholarship as high as 50%, 25%, 100%, depending on the performance of the candidates and the way they perform during their language tests, the English language tests. So in Finland as well, you cannot go there with just your WAEC or O-level results. You need to write a standardized English test if you want to go for masters. So usually after the application open at the same time for all schools because they use the same portal. So when you apply, they will assess you both the application for the admission and also for the scholarship as well. Um, when they are giving you the offer, it will come with the funding if you have any. If you don't have any, also they will let you know. So that's how Finland is. We don't have there's no direct loan from banks to fund students going to Finland, but the schools themselves give scholarship and funding to the students depending on your academic standing. So that's how it is in Finland. Um, Most times they give up to 50% at least on the average. The student can make it up and pay up the balance. So, and the visa process is also very straightforward. It's a nice place to live. We have so many Nigerians living there as well. So if you want to give it a try for Finland, then can. You can give it a try. Yeah, Laura, I can see you. Thanks for coming on board. So we also support students that want to study in Europe as well. Um, we have we have some partnership in Malta, especially we have in Malta. Malta is a very good location. They have a large population of English-speaking people. They have programs taught in English, so studying in Malta is something that is very good. Their programs are not so expensive compared to UK, Canada, and Australia. They have cheaper programs, you know. Malta also has they have post study for after you finish your program. You can also go for a post study visa. Malta is a very good location if you want to try. We have Canada as well. We have more than 500 schools presently in Canada. So we have also so many schools in Canada that are eligible for student loan. So the only money you need to have for Canada if you want to study in Canada is money for your application fee. If the school is charging an application fee, you need money for your visa expenses. Just when you apply for your visa and the necessary payments you do, you need money for your flights, you know. So the loan will cover your full tuition fee. It will cover your living expenses while you are in Canada and every other thing. So we have so many schools presently, and application for next year is presently open. If you want to travel to maybe Canada or even US, in US as well, we have so many schools in US that are offering programs where you can also get student loans. So you can just chat us up and we'll, we'll take it off from there. All right, someone is asking about Portugal. Portugal is also a good location. It's a country in Europe. Um, they have also master's programs that are relatively cheap, very, very cheap. They have very cheap programs for master's programs. We also have schools in Canada that have vocational courses. Vocational courses are courses like catering, hotel management. These are 1 year courses that will just build your skill to the international standard. So if you study in these schools, you can the program comes with an internship. The school will post you where you have an internship, and from there you join their workforce. The tuition fee for that vocational school is also cheap. It's as low as 1,300 euros to 1,500 euros. The only bottleneck we have with Portugal is their legalization process. You need to legalize the documents in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ministry of Education. After that, you also legalize the documents at the Portuguese embassy. So aside that, if someone wants to go to that program for next year, for instance, the person needs to start now to work on the legalization issues so that before the program starts around January, February, you already have your legalized documents at hand. So Portugal is a nice place for those that want to study there. Yes, the school also, some of the school that offers these vocational courses, they give some discount as well, not scholarship, just discount. Maybe let's assume your tuition fee is 13 or 15 euro. They can remove 100 euros for you or 150. And the interesting part of it is you don't need to pay the 15 at a whole at once. You can pay it instrumentally. I think you pay around 100 euros. Then when you come there, you now pay the balance as you study. So they have a very good payment policy. As I said, the only issue with Portugal is their legalization process is very, very, very cumbersome. So let's assume you want to go next year to study in Portugal. You need to start now to work on your documents and legalize them. So if you start now to work on your documents so that before the application opens, you've already gotten all your documents legalized, so you can pursue a program in that country. Okay, someone is asking about Italy. Italy is also a good place. Italy have different strata of schools. They have schools that are very costly. They have also schools that are as cheap as 2,500 euros per year. Italy has schools that are even cheap, that's even 200 euro. You can go for your program. So it depends on the program you want to study, the school as well. So depending on what you want, and also we can get you something that could meet your need in Italy as well. Also, remember, Italy don't speak English; they speak Latin. So the only challenge there, I'll tell you everything as it is. The only challenge in Italy is you might struggle to adjust in the society because of the language problem. Like, let's assume you want to just go and walk on the streets. You need to learn the language so you can communicate with the residents there. But most of their programs are taught in English, which is not a problem. But for you to join the society or the community where you are, you need the language. So, except you like to learn new languages like Latin, then there are also some people there that speak English, but just a little of their population. All right, so it's also a nice place. Says the English speaking countries. Okay, the top English speaking countries are England itself, that's the UK. UK consists of England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. They speak English. Also, Ireland as a country, Republic of Ireland, they also speak English. We have Canada. Canada also speak English. Um, there's a part of Canada, just a province in Canada called Quebec that speak French, but it's just a small province. But the majority of Canada speak English. All right. The United States also speak English. Um, Australia also speak English. Um, Majority of Malta or Maltese people, they also speak English. So these locations are where you go today. You join the society immediately. You can get a job. You can hear what people are saying. You don't need to start learning new language or struggle and all that. So just these countries I called now: England, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland, Republic of Ireland, Canada, Australia, the US, Malta. There's some African countries as well, like South Africa, but I don't know, people don't like studying in those locations. So I don't know if any person again has any question to ask. Okay, the documents required have let me explain these documents required again. The first thing to get is your international passport. You need your international passport to join, study anywhere at all as an international student. You need your original degree certificate if you are going for a master's program. Then you also get your transcript as well, your original transcript. You need your O level results. It could be WAEC, it could be NECO, it could be GCE or anyone. O level, original. You need a CV or your resume, written properly without no study gaps. You need a statement of purpose. We call it SOP. It's like a letter stating why you want to study that course in that country and what's your interest, your motivation. That's a small letter. We need that as well. You need some countries you will need an English test like TOEFL, IELTS, PTE, or any of them. But some countries also waive that. You know, countries like Canada, they waive the English test for you. Um, Many schools in UK will also waive it if your WAEC is recent. But if your WAEC is not recent, you need to get a letter of English as a medium of instruction from your university. So the UK schools also accept that. If you can't get from the university, you can get from maybe the last place you worked. They can give you a letter showing that the medium of your working or studies is in English language. So some schools also accept that. Um, I think that is all. That's all the requirements you need. Then you need money. You need money. Even if you have full funded scholarship, even if you have loan, you still need money to run around, get out passport, get your visa expenses, application, your flights, your settling down. You're going to a new country, so you need some money. You can't just don't have any money. You need some money to do some small expenses. All right. So those are the documents that you need. Yes, the study loan covers specifically for USA, Canada, and some selected schools in the UK. Also note that the loan does not cover every program. There are some specific programs. There are some specific programs that these banks can fund. Not every program. Most programs they are interested in are STEM courses. STEM courses are courses relating to sciences, technology, engineering, mathematics, and management sciences, like the MBA and all that. All right. So they don't fund courses like um, public administration. No, they don't fund courses like history and international relations. No, they fund mostly STEM courses: science, technology, engineering, mathematics, management sciences. These are mostly the courses they fund. So your program, for you to get a loan, your program need to be in those categories. In fact, some of them specify the programs they fund. It must be tech related courses, science related courses, engineering related courses, mathematics, or management sciences, something like MBA, international business, maybe banking, all those kind of courses. That's what they fund. So that's where the loan cover. US, Canada, some selected universities in the UK. The loan is not cumbersome. Like, you can apply today and within 2 weeks you have a decision. The most important thing is to get your offer first, which you can support you and do. You get your account statement showing that you have at least small money to do some expenses before you get the loan, because they only fund you when you've arrived the country and come to the school. That's when the bank pay the money to your school. So all the money you spend from your country till you arrive at your destination, it needs to be funded by you. So if you apply for the loan, you need to give them proof that you have some money with you. So you can I think that there was a student you applied for on, I think, Monday or so, Monday, and she got an offer yesterday, just one day. So if your documents are complete, like we've already took time to gather all her documents and they are complete, you apply, you get it immediately. But if your documents are not complete, it might take time, because they'll keep coming back to you to ask you, bring this one, bring that one, bring this one, bring that one. So, but if you get all your documents at the same time, if you apply, you get your loan almost within 24 hours. Okay, the question, is the student loan available for only those going for master's program? Um, yes, is no, the loan can fund undergraduate program, but the money needed to fund an undergraduate program will go above their limits. Most of them fund between $0 to $100,000. So if you want to fund an undergraduate program, let's assume someone wants to go and study mechanical engineering in US, which is 3 to 4 years program. Maybe 1 year tuition might be around $25,000 or $30,000. So if you add the 3 4 years the person will study plus the living expenses, the amount will exceed the maximum loan amount the bank can give you. That's the problem. Unless you have a school whose tuition fee is very small, such that when you add the 3 years add your living expenses of over $20,000, then the money will not exceed $100,000. Then the company, the bank can approve it. Like someone got an admission to study somewhere, the tuition fee was $25,000, and the school offered him 15,000 scholarship. All right. So it means that what he has to pay now is $10,000. So that $10,000 for 3 years is $30,000. All right. Then his living expenses to it is it will be around 50 something thousand dollars. So the loan company will approve that. But if, let's assume your program you are going for is maybe $45,000, and if they add that $45,000 for 3 years, it will exceed the maximum amount the bank can give you, then they won't approve. So that's why it's more convenient for masters courses, except the undergraduate course, the tuition fee is small, or the person has a partial funding already on scholarship, then wants to fund the rest. So it's more ideal for master's program, which is 1 or 2 years, and the rate can be maybe around 40 something thousand dollars, $50,000. Then the bank can give you that amount and your living expenses together. All right. So that's why we mostly say masters. They can also fund undergraduates if the amount you need does not exceed $100,000. They can fund it. But if the amount exceeds, even if you are going for masters there and the amount, let's assume you want to go to MIT, for instance, maybe the tuition for that program is up to $80,000. The loan can't fund it once it exceeds the maximum they can give you. So that's why we say more of masters, because masters program always fall, the funding always fall within that range. I don't know if I answered your question, Mary. The loan is specifically for US, Canada, some universities in the UK, and also it only covers some programs, specifically programs in sciences, technology, engineering, mathematics, and management sciences. These are the areas where this loan can cover. These are the programs they can fund. They don't fund every program at all. They fund specific programs that are related to STEM. That's what they can fund. So when you chat us privately, you can tell us the program you want to go for. All right, then we can have a look and tell you, okay, this program qualifies or not. So that's how it works. We can't just say this program. When you chat us up, you tell us, we'll look at your documents, look at the programs you are qualified for. All right, when we look at the program, then we can advise you if you can get the loan with that program or not. If you can't get the loan with that one, we can look for a similar program that is related to the one you have, which you can get loan with. Let's assume you want to someone was I think public administration, but public administration can't get the loan, so we can look for another program that is related to tech, also related to public administration, the person can apply for, then they can use it to get the loan. So that's how the loan works. Someone is asking about cheap study locations. I've talked about this before. We have so many cheap study locations. We have Iceland, Luxembourg, Lithuania. These locations have very cheap courses, as low as €200. But the problem is language. Can you speak their language? Can you hear what they are saying? How long will it take you? Are you someone that can easily learn languages? So if you are someone that can't easily learn languages, you will struggle when you go to those countries, because of it can take up to 5 years to even they've not even learned the language of a country. All right, so that's why we thought that study loan is a better option. With study loan, you will just have just the money you need for your initial expenses like your visa application, application fees, flights booking and all that. That's the amount you will need. But the tuition fees, the living expenses can be paid by the banks. So, and you know that when you come to the country today, tomorrow you can start doing something for yourself. You can communicate, you can integrate to the society as easy as practically possible.